We can all open our eyes now. In our scriptures, the word Narayan for Vishnu has been used. The word Vishnu also has been used. The divine power from which everything emanates has generally been called by these two names. And we also know them in exactly the same manner. But in reality, nowhere the final authority or the first authority has been named as Vishnu or Narayan. The name that has been used for that never born and never going to die divine is called Virat. Virat means massive. Virat Purush, massive entity. How massive? There is no left and right, there is no top and bottom. Now, this Virat entity takes many forms. When Virat entity doesn't want to take any form, it remains as formless, but it is there. And when the Virat Purush wants to take the form, it manifests itself into Srishti. And then, in the very Srishti that he creates, he comes. We all are the manifestations of that Virat Purush. We all are that Virat Purush. But calling that always Virat Purush becomes tedious. So saints realized, let us give it a name because he lives in Kshir Sagar, which is the celestial milk river, because all life emanates from water whose root is Nara, and in whose authority this entire cosmos emanated from water or celestial river is the iron. He is Narayan. The word Nar in the Sanskrit terms, in the Vedic Sanskrit terms, doesn't refer to man. It refers to every individual and it refers to Neer, water, and from where Narayan comes. We have heard of many artis, chalisas, etc. And in many of the artis and chalisas, there is always one little sentence called Jo nar tumko dhyavat or Jo nar tumko dhyata. Here we are not talking about that you are only being revered by a man. It refers to all the life. When we go down to Lokik Sanskrit and then Hindi, then these further segregations are created. Nar, Nari, Napunsak. The Parabrahm, the Virat Purush, has nothing to do with gender because in the unmanifested form, there is no gender. Gender is not a bigger entity than the Virat Purush. How can the cake that you created be a bigger entity than you? The cook will always have the supremacy on the dish. But when the Virat Purush has to manifest, he will manifest according to his own wish and desires. There is always a conundrum. Many people think if everything is under God, then why did God create us? And the answer is very simple, for fun. Everybody can expect boredom. We also will be bored if we are just doing nothing, if we are just existing. And then when he creates it, he creates that game for himself. But he has done a wonderful thing, which we do not do in our games. We control our entire game set on our own, and things are absolutely in our control, more or less, other than the programming of that game. But then Bhagwan decided that I am going to give them Vivek, the wisdom, because I am going to create all these people from my own self. They are all part of me. They are me. So they should have that Vivek to think of what is right and what is wrong. And then we have to just go back to that very source. The Brahm is always pure. It does not need justification. It does not anything to explain to anybody. But when world that he created, the world that he wants to run with his virtues, the world in which good people are nurtured and revered, when that world is attacked, then he realizes that I have to be here. He will quickly choose a wonderful mother, a wonderful father, a wonderful place, a wonderful weather. On a wonderful day, he will be born and he will complete the purpose of his manifestation and then he will go away. And it is very interesting that even though Bhagavan is born through the natural process, especially if the Bhagavan is coming in the form of a human, like Ram, Krishna, they will always give their actual view to the mother, and then and only then they will take the form of a baby. And when they leave, they also do not leave by conventional means. When Bhagwan Krishna had to leave the world, he was in the forest. He was resting under a tree with his one foot on the other foot. And suddenly, an arrow stuck his feet. The feet started to bleed profusely. The archer came near, apologized, said, "Oh my God, what have I done?" Bhagwan Krishna said, "No, you haven't done anything. This is something that I decided for myself. Even as God, I can't escape my own karma because that is my vidhan, that is my principle. When I came in Treta Yuga, I hid behind a tree to kill Bali, Sugriva's brother. And I had to get over that karma. You are the incarnation of that Bali. And this time you hid behind a tree and you shot me." You didn't even know that I was here. So why do you bother? Now go. And the moment he went, Bhagwan Krishna, in a, in a flick of a second, maybe not, just vanished. It's the same case with Bhagwan Ram. When his work on planet was over, Kal came to meet him. Oh Lord, it's time that you return. You return to Saket. You return to your own dham. Bhagwan Ram said, all right. So in the Saryu River, Bhagwan Ram, along with the entire Ayodhya of that time, took the Jal Samadhi and they all immediately reached Saket. Everybody in that whole time space was liberated. Except for Hanumanji, who was a Chiranjeevi, who was asked to stay until the end of Kali Yuga in the Kalp. And Hanumanji is right now here in his physical form somewhere, in his non-physical form everywhere, currently listening to our Katha. After liberating Tadka and Ahilya, Bhagwan Ram continued his journey with Maharshi Vashisht to Janakpur. And what is happening in Janakpur? Janakpur is all decorated because Ma Sita is about to get married. The very Sita that was born from the earth. For a long time, Raja Janak did not have a child. And somehow the progress also was quite slow in his kingdom. And he wanted that something should happen which will make his people happy, content, prosperous. And then he got to know that the way to do that would be to till the land on his own. And while the land was being tilled, the hull, that tiller, suddenly stuck against something. And they realized, no, there is something hard there. The tiller is stuck, like tuck. Raja Janak advised, stop doing that. Check what is it. They saw that there is a box. They opened the box. There was the baby. The moment that baby came in the life of Raja Janak, prosperity about. Why not? Asht Siddhi, Nau Nidhi, Ke Data, Aswar Deen Janaki Mata. Janaki, Sita, the daughter of Janak, the Lakshmi, the Shri Devi, when she comes, what else can you get other than prosperity, happiness, goodness, education? The, the portion of a tiller which is used to till the land is called a Sita. Sita. And because it was the tiller that stuck with that box, the baby was named as Sita. Interesting, right? The Sita, the very Sita. She was very little when one day she realized that that particular place in my home has not been dusted for so long. It has not been decorated. I want to make a rangoli over there. I want to clean it. She just went that she just went that place and saw that, oh, there is a big bow that is kept. She just lifted it and kept it somewhere, started cleaning the place, made rangoli and everything, and then took it and kept it back. Raja Janak was looking at it. He got amazed. Oh my God, that toddler picked up the Shiv Dhanush as if it's nothing. And at that time, Raja Janak did the pratigya that the one who is going to pick up the Shiv Dhanush and would be able to tie it would be the one who would marry my daughter. Because no other person can do justice to such a majestic girl who, in her childhood, not even her childhood, in her toddlerhood, effortlessly lifted it as if it's nothing. And then the time came. Every single king was invited from all over the world. And when they came, they were amazed to see what kind of arrangements Raja Janak had made. And even think about the arrangements. If you call upon so many kings, let's say there are 200 countries in the world, and if you call upon 200 kings, the kings are not going to come along. They will come along with their entire ensemble. The kings will come with their counterparts, their diplomats, their workers, a lot of their own material, their planes, and whatnot. And at that time, of course, they must have brought their many horses, many cows, many elephants and whatnot, full regalia. And when you are coming to get married to Raja Janak's daughter, you just can't come here as a pauper. You have to really show who you are. Even though Janak really doesn't care about that, but no one else is Janak, right? Raja Janak is Videha. Raja Janak, it is said that had gotten that element of life while he was in his married life that Lord Buddha got after leaving home. So what he got while staying at home, Lord Buddha got that after leaving home. That is Raja Janak. In the entire world, people will just wait for some form of invitation from Raja Janak so that they can go there and listen to the discourses because Raja Janak had a very interesting habit of inviting scholars from all over the world and he would listen to the knowledge. And he had all the knowledge in the world. There is no one who knows better than Raja Janak. And that is one person who is absolutely untouched by all the worldly things while staying in the world. If Raja Janak has to eat something that is just required for him to eat, he will eat it. He won't even take extra bite just because it is tasty. That is the level of control Raja Janak had on his senses. People considered it a privilege that, oh, we want to be here. Maybe someday we'll get invited. The prosperous land of Mithila, shining everywhere. And today that land is decorated. But Raja Janak is waiting for somebody to arrive. He did not go to receive any of the kings. He sent all his officers to receive them. to make them comfortable. There were places for them to be. There were places for their entire ensemble to be in. Every day, new food is coming up. What a level of hospitality that Raja Janak had provided them, but he did not receive anybody. He was just waiting for somebody. And suddenly, Adwarpal came and said, "Oh, Raja Janak, Maharshi Vashisht, Maharshi Vishwamitra is there. And there are two majestic kids with him." That's what he said. Balak, Rajkumar. They are so pretty. It looks like as if the entire beauty of the cosmos is in them. And one is particularly pretty. Raja Janak rushed. "Oh, Vishwamitra ji has arrived." Raja Janak was very serious about receiving the saints. In fact, one of the great saints of those times were with Raja Janak, like Shatanand ji, Vamadev ji. In fact, Shatanand ji was the Kulguru of Raja Janak, the way Maharishi Vashisht was Kulguru of Raghu, Raghukul. Vishwamitra ji arrived. Raja Janak saw him. He did pranam to him. And suddenly he saw on his right hand side, and his eyes got stuck. The Vidhe lost the sense of his deha. The Vidhe, the one who is absolutely detached, for a moment became so attached. What have I seen? Have I seen the God? Is it the Brahma that I am seeing? I don't know why my eyes are not taking off from this. This is the view I want to see. Oh my God, why did I do that pratigya? In what particular muhurtam I did that? This is the person I want to marry my daughter with. But why did I do that pratigya? I don't know whether he'll be able to lift it or not. He's so meek. He's so petite. He's so pretty. And then Raja Janak got everybody to settle. The day passed. For a long time, so many people were waiting for Bhagwan Ram to arrive in Janakpur. It's like the old women also had basically been saving their pran, saving their lives. Oh God, give us just one more day, a couple of more days. He is definitely going to arrive. If we have gotten this body, why should not we see the Lord from our own eyes? They were just holding back their prana. Let us just see them and then we'll go away. Out of the many reasons why Ramji had to come to the earth, meeting the Janakpur Vasi was one more reason. And then he definitely had to go there. But how can he ask his Guru, I want to go there? He's in the ages of the Guru. If Guru asks, then only he can go. Otherwise, it will not look very good. So you know what Ramji did? He said, Gurudev, Lakshman wants to see the city. If you allow, shall I show him the city? Gurudev smiled. He said, sure. Bless them. Bless the eyes of the people who are going to see you. This is what he said. उनके नैनों को सफल करो. He didn't say that, yeah, go, enjoy. Nah. Muni Vishwamitra knows everything. He knows that there are people waiting for Ramji to arrive. And since that day, people have not even eaten or drinking. or drunk anything. They are on a fasting mode. They are doing the upavas. Oh, we want to see the Lord first. When will he arrive? When the moment they got to know that something like that has happened, Muni Vishwamitra has come with two gentlemen. And Maharaja Janak is just talking about these people only. Oh my God, what they look, what they are like, what is the feeling that emanates when you see them and so on. People were just waiting. Oh, the Lord has arrived. And then Ramji went there and he created a scenario where it looked like he's looking at everybody, and everybody realized that he is looking only at himself or herself. And then the brothers returned. Another day passed. Next morning, it was supposed that both the brothers should get good flowers for puja. So Ramji woke up before Muni Vishwamitra, took Lakshman along, and exactly at that time, Janaki ji also set out for Gauri Puja. She went to the temple. Any married woman should do Gauri and Shiva Puja before getting married. If some of you didn't do that, that's okay. You can do right now also. The Adi Shakti must be invoked when you are starting your family life, because that is where the power will come from. And Janki ji reached the temple. Janki ji and Bhagwan Ram had already seen each other a while before in the same Pushpavatika where Ramji was plucking flowers. Nobody talked, nobody said anything, but they knew that, oh, it has been so long since we met. You took birth here, and then I also had to, stay alone for some time, and then I also took birth. For a long time, Lakshmi Narayan did not meet, and then they saw, yeah, this is the time. The time is coming closer. It's time for us to meet. But they both are in their human form. And now, when Janki ji is doing her puja, she's asking the mother, she's asking, Oh Skanda Mata. Skanda means Kartike. Bhagwan Shiv and Ma Parvati has two kids. One is Ganesha, the other is Kartike. Oh Skanda Mata, bless me. You are the one that I revere. You are the one that is going to resolve all my problems. You are the one that I just do the job of. Look at the devotion they all have for each other. What Ramji has for Shivji, what Shivji has for Ramji, and what their consorts have for each other. In the core, they are the one, but when they are manifested, this is the kind of respect they show. And now, when Ma Gauri is at the pedestal of a mother and she has to agree to what Sita Mata is saying, she became so happy that she has come to me. She's requesting me. And what is she requesting? That give me Ramji. I know what the pratigya of my father is, and I am going to adhere to it. So you do your magic to give me Ramji or to give Ramji to me. She became so happy that the very murti in which she was there, the murti started to move a bit, and the very murti threw a garland onto Sita ji and said, "Go, all your things will be done. Don't worry." And then Sita ji became so happy. Now that she has said it, things will be done. Jani Gauri Anukul. When Gauri became Anukul, agreed. Siya hiya harsha na jahi kahin. The happiness in the heart of Sita was abound. Manjul Mangal Mool. So many good things started to happen. Vam ang farkan lage. The left hand, left ear, left eye, they started to waver. When the left side organs start to waver for a woman, it is an indication of something good. And this is the same case for the right side of a man. Now, don't think that if all the time your left or right is just wavering, something good or something good is happening. Now, sometimes. Otherwise, you should see a doctor. But all the Manjul Mangal Mool started to happen. Everything which was pious, everything which was Anukul, everything which was right started to happen. And these are the indications provided by the environment, the nature, that everything is going in the right direction. You don't worry. You just leave everything to me. You have done your job. And Ramji returned with his flowers and everything, Tulsi Patra, and he did the puja. It was finally the time of Swayamvar. And Raja Janak had created a pedestal in such a manner that the kings who are going to participate over there were at a particular pedestal, and just a little above that, the pedestal was reserved for gurus. Nobody can do anything without a guru. And who was made to sit on that pedestal? Maharshi Vashisht. And the one who is going to come with Maharshi Vashisht is also going to sit on that pedestal. And that is the power of Guru. If you are devoted to a Guru, then you don't even have to worry. You will automatically get onto the better pedestal. There are other kings, but Ramji and Lakshmanji are sitting on a higher pedestal. And nobody has any complaints about that as well. Because they have come with a Guru. Otherwise, there could be a riot. Don't you think that we all are equal and all that? But nobody did anything like that. And what a wonderful thing happened when Bhagwan Ram was stepping in along with Muni Vishwamitra. People just looked at him and saw, oh, what is this that we have seen? And everybody saw Ramji in the manner that they intended. जाकी रही भावना जैसी प्रभु मूरत तिन देखी तैसी. The people who were jealous, they saw Ramji in their Vikral roop, as if some Kal is going to eat them up. The people who saw Ramji, like the mothers over there, they saw their son in Ramji. The saints and the divine kings who were there, who were revering Ramji, who were admiring what they were seeing, they saw Ramji in the form of the Chaturbhuj avatar. Jaki rahi bhavna jaisi. And that's what happens with us also. It is actually a good idea to make a relationship with God. And the relationship that works for you, you do that. But adhere to that relationship. When you mark a relationship territory with God, then it makes it easy for you to revere Him, to understand Him, and to know that He's there for you. Some people make the Lord their brother, some people make it the friend, some people make it husband. Mirabai did it. Mirabai was very little. When she said that, okay, this is going to be my husband. मेरे तो गिरधर गोपाल दूसरो ना कोई जाके सिर मोर मुकुट मेरो पति सोई. And he said this thing because she did not want to get married, but her parents forcefully got her to marry a particular king. She said that same thing to king, that see, we cannot have any relationship. At least we cannot have any husband-wife relationship because I'm already married. I've considered someone else my husband. And Mirabai's husband was a very divine, very noble person. The moment he got to know about that, he said, all right, I'm not going to see you as my wife from now on. You're either my mother or you're going to be my sister. The world has tied us. That's absolutely okay. But you be devoted to your Lord. And other than her husband, no one else was there in the family who would ever understand that. In fact, people tried to poison her. She drank the poison. It came out to be elixir. When the Lord is there with you, why do you fear? All you have to do is to just surrender yourself to the God. Draupadi was struggling when she was being disrobed. She called upon everybody over there. Her five husbands, the king, the dadas, the nanas, and whatnot over there. Nobody woke up. Nobody could do anything. Anyway, the husbands had become slaves. So what they could do anyway? Now, what should she do? And here, Bhagwan Krishna is pacing in Dwarka. Rukmani is asking, why are you pacing, Lord? He says, somebody's in my need. Somebody's in my need. Then Rukmani Mata said, why don't you then go? You never wait for, people to think about us. Why are you not going? Why are you just pacing? You're going to the door and then you're coming back. Bhagwan Krishna says, she has not yet called me. She's not yet called. At the moment, Draupadi said, I'm just in you. You take care of it. I surrender. Immediately, immediately, Bhagwan Krishna appeared over there. Nobody saw. And suddenly, the sari was not ending at all. Dushasan kept on dragging it, kept on dragging it. Draupadi had her eyes closed. And she was just saying, Krishna, 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 Krishna. Dushasan fell down, tired, but nobody could disrobe her. That is the power of devotion. And the same God, when he is with Guru, he gets further uplifted. And when the time came, Maharaja Chanak announced his pratigya to the world. And the kings started to appear, and nobody could even move it by the width of a hair. Also. Not by the width of a hair. Then came a couple of people together, and they could also not do that. And it was suddenly an atmosphere where there was disappointment, rage. And then Maharaja Janak said, I think this Prithvi is Veer Vihin. This Prithvi is without the courageous ones. And when people from the clan of Raghu are around, you don't say things like that because they are quite Veer. You don't say things like that. And Lakshmanji just became so furious and got up and said, how dare you, Maharaj Janak? Don't you see that Raghukul Nandan Sri Ram is here? I don't have the right to do it, but if he gives me the opportunity, what is this little Dhanush? I'm going to break it like that. I've done thousands of these kind of Dhanush earlier as well. I'm going to just topple the entire world. How dare you? And I don't know what Ramji said from his eyes. Lakhan stopped and he returned. And then Vishwamitra ji said, get up, Ram. Utho, Ram. बन जाऊ शिव चापा हरो नाथ जनक के तापा. Utho, get up and see the order that he is giving. You don't have to lift it, break it. Bhanjau, break the Shiv Dhanush and take away the sorrow of Raja Janak. And then Ramji arrived at the pedestal. The Swami has arrived. What will Shankarji do? Shankarji will say, nah, nah. With Swami, am I going to have a competition? Nah. Now there is no weight in it. No weight in it. But Ramji first took the Agya of Gurudev. He is his Guru at that time. And when you take the Agya of your Gurudev, every single Agya is incorporated into it. Your parents, your teachers, everybody. And he just lifted it. And the moment he lifted it, as if it was a rotten Dhanush, it just broke. And Ramji kept it. And suddenly there was Pushpa Varsha everywhere. The you know, Pratigya is done. And Raja Janak rushed towards Maharishi Vishwamitra and said, I don't want to delay it any further. You tell us, sir, what should I do? Maharishi Vishwamitra said, ask Sita to put the garland. And they got married. And they got married. So Vishwamitra ji said, their marriage was under the oath of Shiv Dhanush breaking. The moment that oath was completed, they got married. But still, you do one thing. If you must be having some form of a kul riti, you do the kul riti and get them married in that manner, in a Vedic manner as well. So send somebody to Ayodhya immediately and inform them of this wonderful thing. Raja Janak called upon his trusted allies and then said, if you need a bit of break, now only stop then. Otherwise, just go and tell them. And they reached there. Here, when Maharaja Dashrath and the queens got to know about this wonderful news, they became so excited. And they said, I don't know what to do. We do not have any mother-in-laws or something in the family. And then, if you don't know what to do, you turn to your guru. Maharaja Dashrath is thinking, how should the Bharat proceed? Maharaja Dashrath said, oh, my dear queens, you prepare whatever is needed back home, and we'll take the Bharat along to Janakpur. And who will go first? First, the Gurudev will go. And then Gurudev will decide how the Bharat is going to progress, what is going to happen there. I am not going to decide anything. I don't know. You surrender yourself to Gurudev, Vashisht. And then they reached Janakpur. And the moment they reached Janakpur, Maharaja Janak is standing there with folded hands and slightly tilted head. Maharaja Dashrath ran towards Raja Janak and said, do anything that you want to. But one thing that you will not do is that you will not bow down in front of him. You are giving us the Lakshmi. We are Samdhi. Sam means equal. We are equals. And if there had to be anything sort of inequality, then you are the one who is a giver. A giver cannot bow down. A giver has to stand upright. Maharaja Janak cried, and they both cried then. This is the kind of devotion. This is the culture that we come from. And every single father would start to accumulate something for her daughter to gift to her daughter. But that is the father's prerogative. As in laws, we should not be in a demanding condition or demanding position that no, you have to give this thing to us. No, the only thing you have to give is your Kanya, your Lakshmi. Because the moment a father gives away the Lakshmi of his home, basically it is transferring of wealth from one place to another. I guess devotion comes from both sides. But if you are accepting daughter-in-law, never ask for anything more than daughter-in-law. Now that does not mean that marriage functions cannot happen and all that. Of course, all these things can happen. But there should not be any demand. Now, she's the one who is going to expand your family. This is where the beej of your family, the beej of your gotra is going to take shape and it will become a tree. And on the other hand, it is the responsibility of the parents of the girl child as well to provide with the girl enough mental nourishment that she knows her responsibilities the moment she steps out of that house to her husband's house. Because that is what she's going to call her house now. This is the place where she is going to go away from this world from. What a wonderful system. And then with the Kulariti, Ramji got married to Mata Sita. And at that time, Shatanand ji and Vishwamitra ji and Muni Vashisht, they were just talking and they were thinking that what about Bharat, Lakshman, Shatrughna? And as if, what was there in the minds of the fathers was basically known by their respective gurus, and they decided that Raja Janak's brother also has two daughters, and Raja Janak also has one daughter. Which will be a better place for them? Raja Janak became so happy. He cried as if he has gotten everything in the world. On the other hand, Maharaja Dashrath cried as if he has gotten everything in the world. For Bhagwan Ram, there is Janki. For Bharatji, there is Mandavi. For Lakshmanji, there is Urmila. And for Shatrughna, there is Shruti Kirti. And they all got married. In couple of texts, It is written that the Bharat stayed at Janakpur for 1 month. Some texts say that it stayed there for 2 months. And after multiple insistence of Maharaja Dashrath, then Maharaja Janak said that yes, now you can go. Otherwise, nobody wanted them to go. And here, the queens are waiting. When will my daughters-in-law will come? And then they came. And the moment they came, what a majestic celebration happened. जब ते राम ब्याह कर आए, मंगल मोद पठाए, everything good is happening. The moment Sita ji stepped into that house, and what not had Maharaja Janak gave to them. There was no space to keep the stuff. And then Maharani Kaushalya was thinking, what can I give to her? I don't think anything, any single jewel here or in the Swarglobe. She was a yogini. She could just close her eyes and see what is the right thing anywhere. And she could not find any right thing to give to Sita because nobody could match the level of Sita. So she said, the only thing, the most important thing that is with me is my son Ram. I give it to you. Ram had already become of Mata Sita. They are already married. Ram is already of Ma Sita. But here, what Kaushalya Mata is doing, she is giving her rights. That the rights that I had on him, na, I give them to you now. Now you take care of that. And similarly, other sons were also revered and did the arti of. Great things started to happen in Ayodhya. And finally, Maharshi Vishwamitra took the leave of Maharaja Dashrath and Muni Vashisht that I think it's my time to go. The job of Maharshi Vishwamitra was to give all his powers to Bhagwan Ram. Bhagwan Ram cannot defeat Ravan with his divine powers. So he has to be a human and he has to acquire the powers. And all the powers that Maharshi Vishwamitra had cultivated in his life, he gave everything to Bhagwan. His another job was to ensure that he liberates Ahilya, Tadka. And his final job was to unite Lakshmi and Narayan so that the rest of the process can happen for why Bhagwan Ram has come here. Many days passed. Maharaja Dashrath one day was sitting. He generally did not see mirror. And even if he had to, he would do that in private. Mirror is a thing that one should look at in private, not, in public. And one day Maharaja Dashrath said to his friend, his mantri Sumantra, Sumant, bring in a big mirror. Sumant said, oh, what has happened to him? And he brought it. And he looked into the mirror, started setting his crown, and he said, my head is not able to support my crown. It is falling a bit here and there. Gray hair have appeared. I think it's time for me to pass the baton. And I want to take your consultation, Gurudev, my mantri, my praja, my family, and the good people. These are the 5 elements you should always consult with. Your guru, the Vedas, whatever is written in Vedas, your family members, your mantris, and most importantly, the society. Take the consensus of everybody. And if everything is falling on that consensus, especially when it comes to making a king, then it means that you have taken the right decision. And he proposed that what if Ram becomes the king? They are just discussing, and just a couple of days ago, Bharatji, along with Shatrughan, was invited by Bharatji's mama. That means the brother of Kekai. And they were there. And here, Bhagwan Ram is being chosen to become the king. And everybody said, Sadhu, Sadhu, what a great decision it is. And after that, the major unfolding of Bhagwan Ram's Leela is about to happen. And this is where we completed Bal Kand and we just started Ayodhya Kand, the second chapter of Ramcharitmanas. Tomorrow, we will see what happens now when Bhagwan Ram has been chosen to become the king. Jai Shri Ram.